Hi everybody. Today I want to talk to you about no more excuses. During this quarantine, we have had time to ourselves. We have had time to reflect on the goals that we set at the beginning of the year. What have you accomplished, or have you used excuses that I'm too busy with the kids, or I'm too busy with that, or I have to do that? Because if truth be told, these past couple of months have left us without any excuse. But today I want to talk about some of us use our pain as an excuse to not move forward into the path that God has for us and to our future. See, there's nothing as powerful as a changed mind. And so many times we think about our past and we think about our pain and the things that we went through, and we look at them with a perspective that leads to defeat and keeps us stuck. See, some of us, we're stuck because we can't move past that pain. But I want to let you know that there are no more excuses for you. There are no more excuses for you, my sister and my brother. Because God wants to use your pain and He wants to move you into purpose. God will move you from pain into purpose if you will let Him. A very rich man once said that he wouldn't invest in any business where the owner hasn't failed at least twice. We always want to talk about our successes, but we are ashamed of our failures. Whereas if you will look at your failures, look at your past regrets and your disappointments and your mistakes. And when you lean into the lesson, because there is a lesson for everything that you went through, there is a lesson that God wants to use to bring you into your destiny. And so when you look at your past disappointments and your past regrets and your pain, the enemy, it is his job to make you feel ashamed, to make you feel like a failure, to make you feel like you're not worthy as worthy as someone else. But God wants to let you know that He will turn your pain and use it for your purpose. Your failures don't define you. But if you let God, He will turn your failures and your inadequacies and He will use them for your purpose. He will use them for your future. He will use them for your promise. Every successful person has setbacks and failures and disappointments and regrets, but they learn from them and they use them as fuel to push them harder, to push them into their destiny, to push them into their purpose. See, everything that you went through, think about what is it that what lesson do you believe that God has for you, that He wants, that He would have you go through that in the first place? Or to even be, maybe some of you are even going through something right now that nobody knows about, and you have been crying and you feel low self-worth. But God wants to let you know that He will use the pain that you are feeling even now, and that it won't be, it's not for nothing, it's not for naught. God will bring your pain and He will bring it to the forefront, and He will use that very thing that has caused you grief, the very thing that has caused you pain, the very thing that has made you cry, and He will use it to elevate you and to set you, to take you to another level. Allow God to use your storm. The storm has come for a purpose. It didn't come for just not anything, but it has come for a purpose. And if I can be cliche, God will turn your mess into a message. Your struggles, your pain, your hurt are the very things that God will use to help somebody else. He will use your pain to be a blessing to somebody else. You thought you were going through what you're going through because there was a vendetta against you from the enemy. But God said that He will use it to be a blessing to somebody else. No more excuses. Give yourself permission to do what God has created you to do. God has created you for a purpose. Give yourself permission to go forth. Give yourself permission to do that thing that you know that God has put into your heart to do, but you can't move forward because of the pain that you've been feeling from your past. No more excuses. Let go of your past and pain and lean into the lesson. Look for the lesson in the storm. If you bought the lie that it's too late for you to start over, or either because of your mistakes you made or because of what others have done to you, and that's where we get hung up, because of what somebody else said about us, because of what somebody else did to us. None of those things are able to keep you from walking into your promise, except your perspective. You have to change your perspective, the way you think, the way you're looking at your situation. Could it be that God had brought you into the circumstances that you are in or were in to be to be that thing that will catapult you into your future? If we keep surrounding ourselves with the old things, and then we become cluttered in our minds, because all we can think about is our past, and all we can think about is that pain that somebody else caused us, and they will keep us from walking into that promise that God has for us. God has plans for your life. He has plans for you, and if you would just trust him and allow him to strip the old away and to bring you into a new thing. God wants to strip away the old thing, the old you, the old pain and regrets, and he wants to bring you into a new thing. He will let you go through a process of letting go. It's a process to let go. It's a process to move past that pain. And I know that it takes time. But if you will allow God and trust him, he will move you past, and he will lead you in the process, and he will bring you out so that you will discover your destiny. And so there are some steps that I want to tell you about that will turn your pain into purpose. First, make up in your mind that you will not settle, no matter what. Even if you fall down or fail, get back up again. Second, change your perspective. There is nothing as powerful as a changed mind. When you change your perspective, when you change the way you think about something, when you change the way you think about your past, could it be that you've been looking at your pain the wrong way? What if the worst thing you ever went through was a gift from God? What if God was going to use that thing that you didn't understand, that he was going to use it to bring you into a greater blessing? What if? And so when you change your mind, when you change your thoughts about the way you think about your pain and your past, when you change your mind about when you think about the things that people have taken you through and what they have said about you, when you look at it through the eyes of God, when you look at it with a different perspective, and then it will allow you to move forward in that process of letting go. Number 3, journal. Write down your feelings. Then write down some things that you are grateful for, because even though it may seem like everything is going wrong in your life, there is something to be grateful for, because there is someone that's going through something worse than what you're going through. And then write your goals. Write them down. Write down your vision, because when you change your perspective and you are no longer looking at the pain that you have went through or is going through, and you start thinking about your future, and because there is more that God has for you. And when you make up your mind that there is more that God has for you and that you won't quit, you've only lost when you quit. You didn't lose when you were going through that pain, or when that person hurt you. You lose when you quit. And so when you don't quit, and when you allow God to use that thing that you have been through to take you into your promise and into your future, and then that is when God will use it to elevate you. Next, talk to someone. It's good to get to talk to someone. It's good to express your feelings to someone else, and to receive someone else's perspective, and make sure that you're speaking to the right person, because there are some people that you can't talk to. There are some people that will use what you have told them, and they'll use it against you. Make sure that the people that you confide in, that they are people who care about you and love you, and that they are able to encourage you, that they won't allow you to wallow in your pain, but that they will encourage you to get back up again, that it's not over. And last, take steps toward reaching your goals, even if it's just small steps. The most powerful step you can take is the next step. Dr. Martin Luther King said that take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. So when you use these things, these tips that I have given to you, they will help to move you past your pain and into your purpose, because there is a plan that God has for you. There is more that He has for you, but we can't move forward because we're stuck in our past and we are stuck in our pain. So I want to encourage you to go, allow God to take you through the process. To allow God to take you through the process so that you can let go of that pain and move forward into the future that He has for you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.